we've talked about pen testing and MFA and sort of like all the different layers of defense and how to be resilient through backups, but not just backups, like be resilient in terms of infrastructure choices,
Yep.
right? What you're actually running your stuff on, whether that's totally SaaS, totally on-prem and managed.
Yep.
It's a lot to deal with. And I think, that's one of the challenges we see in our business is trying to make this easier to understand, right? Easier to consume and easier to achieve. Because at the end of the day, right, the execs at a business, a CEO, an owner wants resilient running systems.
Yep.
So I think, like thoughts on just sort of how to, keep it simple, stupid, right? Like what is the, the elevator model, the pitch here that's sort of like, this is what I want you to do, right?
Yep.
To keep your business secure and resilient.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think one of the hazards is there's a lot of technology in place, and there's a lot of ways that the attacks can happen. And there's really so much complexity as far as the doors, the different ways to protect each thing and mitigate each risk. But if you really just focus on protecting, your people and your credentials, that's the first thing, is focusing on, I need to make sure that
so that's our cred. Protect the who, right?
Yes.
Got it. Yep.
Exactly. And that's when I talk about MFA, that's what I'm talking about. So there's a lot of technology underneath that. And the technology is where, when you're trying to communicate that to, the board or the execs, you may get lost in translation there. But really just focusing on, we need to protect our people and their online identities and their passwords are really what we have to protect there. That's our first kind of protect surface that we're thinking about there. And that's really the keys to all the rest of it. And, then the next thing I would focus on is just, are we actually able to see and stop a threat? Does that capacity exist in my organization? And when I talk about MDR,
do I have walls, right? Do I actually have a locked door, right? So to speak.
Right.
Okay, got it. Yep.
When I talk about MDR, that's really what I'm talking about. Is there continuous monitoring? Is there visibility? Like, there's a lot of technology that we can put in place. We can talk about XDR and SIM and SOAR, but really it's, am I able to recognize a threat and stop it? Regardless of what technology you choose, is there some kind of visibility and technology solution there? That is a core piece to this. And then next is really, do I have ways in place to bounce back when this happens? So if it gets past the people, if it gets past this visibility and the ability to stop the threat, what mechanisms do I have in place to bounce back? And a lot of people are really comfortable at just a backup. And we've seen that not work time and again because it's getting attacked. So, layers of things in that resiliency column are important, because that your business resilience is really what's going to keep you in business going forward. So, whether it's redundancy, whether it's, air gap backups and immutability, regardless of what the solutions are that you choose, re-architecting your solutions, choosing to go to the cloud, but investing your thought and energy and money into resilience right now is really the third pillar of your, being able to come back.